Well, Digital Inclusion Week is currently underway, highlighting the need to connect more people, especially those in rural areas, to the internet. Connected Nation is a nonprofit developing strategies to close digital equity gaps in communities across the United States. Joining us now is Connected Nation Vice President of Community Affairs and also Executive Director of Connect Michigan, Frederick. Eric, thanks for taking the time to chat today. So why is digital inclusion such an important issue these days?
Absolutely. Digital inclusion is very important because we want to make sure that all residents, businesses, and institutions in our communities are able to connect to the internet and leverage technology to improve quality of life, the services they deliver, and community and economic development for our rural places to thrive.
Now, explain how the Connected Community Engagement Program works through rural communities and what are exactly the technology action plans that you're putting forth.
Yeah, so the Connected program really helps the community come together around the subject of broadband. We bring together all the important stakeholders in a community that have a stake in broadband, including agriculture producers, the business community, local government, healthcare, libraries, schools, and broadband providers to really have a conversation about broadband. We then assess that community and where they currently stand. We try to find the gaps in broadband coverage, broadband adoption, and the use of technology in that community, and then help craft a technology action plan to help solve the gaps that we find during that assessment. And we really empower that community to move forward with broadband. We provide education and outreach opportunities to them to really take that plan and run with it to improve the connectivity in their community.
Tell us a little bit about what's underway in Michigan to help bring these folks into this connectivity.
Yeah, absolutely. So back in January, Governor Snyder here in Michigan established the Michigan Consortium of Advanced Networks, and that group is responsible for creating a comprehensive broadband roadmap for the state of Michigan by August 1st, which is no small task. So we are in the midst of helping this group draft very robust recommendations to improve not only the infrastructure access for broadband, but also to address the adoption issues, which are a part of digital inclusion efforts, making sure that not only the connections are there, make sure that they're affordable, folks know how to use those connections, and that they understand why broadband is important in their everyday lives.
Eric, I'm sure you've seen it at play there on the state level, but how can a community get help through the Connected program or Connected Nation?
Absolutely. So we can be found at connectednation.org or connectmycommunity.org. Those are the two websites for our programs. And communities can also start to talk to their broadband providers, start getting folks together to have a conversation. And those are really the best ways to start moving the broadband needle in rural places.
All right. Well, thank you very much for joining us, Eric. We appreciate your insight. Connected Nation Vice President of Community Affairs, Frederick, joining us on the phone from Grand Rapids, Michigan this morning.